Hey, hi, thanks for joining me. It's nice to spend some time with you, so I'm pleased you decided to tune in and check your reading for the month of September. So September is an interesting month. It is the only month in the year where the personal year number and your personal month number align to be the same, which doubles the potency of that particular energy, and it might be something worth focusing on for the month. It's also the equinox on the 21st of September, and we have 6 planets going retrograde: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. So it's going to be a month where we feel things being pulled backwards, but they're pulling us back to prepare us for October, which is going to be really powerful. So before we start your reading, I did get some messages for you, and I will read them to you now. And it started off with, it said, light things up, or lighten up. Allow light in and be energized by the solar energy. Be outdoors, feel more expansive. Exercise and stretch. Meditate. You will find answers from a gentle stretch of the mind and the body. Interesting messages that I received for you. So some of it seemed really physical, about looking after the physical aspects of the body, but then it moved further to say that you would find these answers as you stretch your mind and body. So let's see what the cards have got in store for you for September 2021 for Aquarius. The 4 of Pentacles, and interestingly, he is holding on tight and not stretching, and he worries about his money, but he doesn't need to in actual fact, not often. The Hanged Man, also an example of stretching the body. He's hanging upside down, and you can actually do that physically on various machines around, and they stretch the entire body. And when we do that, we allow all aspects of us to open up into free flow. It's actually very empowering, very difficult, I might add. But what else is in store here for Aquarius for September? Ooh. The Knight of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles. Some of you seem to be a bit concerned about money, or it's on your mind one way or another. Okay, these dropped off. We'll use these. The Fool, the King of Swords, Strength, the Ace of Swords, and the 4 of Cups. So we'll put that one over there. Let me just organize this for you. What have we got here? We have 1, 2, 3 major arcanas all connected to each other on the apex angles, which is really nice because they re-empower each other. And these are all nice, positive major arcanas. And then we have an ace as well over here. So we have a cups, 2 swords, and 2 pentacles. Well, 3 swords also intercepting on the apex point. So the first card that came out, your 4 of Pentacles, and it's managed to lodge itself a couple of crystals on the top of it. It's as if he's worried about his money and he's holding on tight. And that's what I said, lighten up, light things up. You don't need to be so heavy. If you're worried about something, you'll make that more of a focus point and you'll make it worse. Sometimes, well, not just sometimes, but when we focus on things, we're giving that particular aspect the energy. So if it's a negative focus like worry or lack or loss or grief, that's what we're propelling out to the universe to bring back to us. This card here often talks about the fact that you're worried about some sort of financial aspect in life, usually, whether it's a career or your actual job. You know, you might be thinking, am I in the right job? Is my job safe? Am I going to be paid this month? Or am I in for a pay rise? Or it might be more about bills or how you're spending your money or investing it. You might think, gosh, I've lost money in my investments. I'm really worried. Or I can't find certain assets that I thought I had, or my assets aren't as valuable as they once were. But the reality is that things are still working out okay, and sometimes this card represents that there is more than you anticipate. It might be that it's coming, or that you have to view things in a different way to actually see it. Now, just in case you can hear talking in the background, we are back in lockdown here in New Zealand, and I've got a house full of people. So whilst I'm doing the readings here in the room with the door shut, anyone else that's outside the office will hear them talking. So we just have to, go with that. But it's not a bad card. It's a card that references, there's possibilities in the air. You've got to be more open to it. And that's what we said, lighten up and allow expansion to come in. And the Hanged Man, he's not dissimilar. Some people worry when the Hanged Man comes in. He can indicate timing issues, for one thing. It can be about things might be held up. You might not get access to what you want straight away. There might be a timing restriction on an aspect of a career or your finances or dividends or assets. But it will probably come. It can sometimes mean a couple of months wait, or just a period of time where things have gone into lockdown, literally. So things stop when that happens. It's also asking you to make a choice. Do you want to continue on this road, or do you want to go left, or do you want to go right? It's a card that talks about being at the crossroads in life and making a decision. So there's something maybe involved in your career sector or your finances or what you're doing with them. You need to make a choice, and you may go right, you may go left, you may make some changes, but it also may be restricted by timing values. This one here is yourself, your own energy, and sometimes it can mean you are literally fired up about it, or it's on your mind, or you're communicating with people, or you're wanting some form of action to be activated. You may want to do it, or it might be coming to you in the way of communication or words or even arguments sometimes when this card turns up. It's a fiery energy. It will ignite something. That's just how it is, and it's up to you whether it's you igniting it. What do you want to say? Who do you want to involve? What's it around? It certainly gets your mind going. This one is a bit more of this. You're just feeling, damn, what's happening? I want my money. I want my freedom. I want my choices. This card restricts them again. So it plays back into this, the Hanged Man. It's temporary, but it might be saying, no, you've just got to wait things out. Or if you were waiting for income to come in, or debts to be paid, or assets to be cleared, there may be a hold up. Also, this can mean that you might be feeling a bit under the weather, so take care of your body. Take vitamins, minerals, rest up. Be sensible about if you're overstretched or overstressed. Do something logical about reducing those stresses. I love this card down here, the Fool. He's magical in many ways. He's the beginning of understanding you, of heading out in a new direction. Even though he's the first card of the whole tarot deck, he actually has a great deal of inner wisdom that he is beginning to invoke. It can also mean going in a new direction with many aspects of life. Your career, a physical health change, which might have come about from up here even. A whole new journey in terms of a physicality in your life. Are you making healthier changes? Are you wanting to change career fields? Are you wanting to change what you're doing with your money or investments or finances? Are you wanting to change your spiritual connection? Some of you may actually have headaches or head, shoulder and neck problems in the month of September, and that might be why this guy in the middle is all fired up. This could be head pain, literally. These three cards could represent that. This again is you. It's your energy, and it's the epitome of strength in your energy as an Aquarian, like what you do, who you are, how you think in particular. There's a lot going on in this reading about your mind and your head and your thinking. This one here makes me think of regaining strength, and it's often not necessarily physical strength, but for some of you it is, as if you were unwell or had lost strength. You may have had a broken bone or sore joints in particular through this alignment here, and you may be re-establishing a period of strength or nurturing yourself or understanding what to do on how to regain your physical health. But this is also emotional strength over issues that you may have found confronting or destabilizing. So strength is returning, and it's also right next to this ace, which is also very powerful and talks about success coming in, but often after a period of trying for something or trauma involved with it. This card can turn up when there's something like a divorce or a dissolution of a business or assets that were sold and you may have only got half of what you thought, or you may have had something halved in your life like a divorce, separation, or you've sold a house and you have to pay back the bank or the mortgage or something like that. But it's positive because you're still coming out on top and you're still winning and you're gaining freedom in particular. So this is a card of freedom to move forward without restrictions impaling you. The last card that's sitting over here is a card of duplicity in many ways. It talks about being ambivalent and sort of going, I don't think that's good enough. And that's almost what he started off with, this, it's not good enough, I want more, or I deserve more, or I know there's more. But the thing is, if we do that all the time, we often miss all this that's going on around us that can lead to the riches and the finances and the prosperity. So don't look the gift horse in the mouth if it comes up in this month. And this could be in terms of relationships, it could be in terms of forgiveness or healing, it could be in terms of new people coming in, offering you something, whether it's a career offer or a money offer or a love offer. So look into it, don't just turn it down right from the get-go. So let's do one last card for you and see what is showing up here for Aquarius for September. Oh, 3 in the end. Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. And that is kind of exactly what this card would say to you. It would say, take some grace when an offer's coming in and listen to it and allow it to be. It says, share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Oh, Almoira, he seems to be out a lot lately. Awakening presence. That's definitely the Fool sitting right behind him there. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. And a last one, Mary Magdalene, the teacher, awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. And the inner call, again, is the Fool. So you've been given these messages of you and also regaining the strength. And that's also the awakening presence as well. So some really nice tie-ins and some big powerhouses that have come in for you toward the end of your reading. And you can call upon them during this month in any way that you so desire. So Mary Magdalene, Paul the Venetian, Almoira, experiencing grace, awakening presence, and teacher awakens. So thank you for joining me, guys. It's been a pleasure to be here with you. And I love it when you leave your comments. So does the rest of the community, I'm sure. Remember to check your moon, rising and sun signs and sub the channel. And other than that, have a great September with all that is on offer. Namaste.